Okay guys, today we're going to talk about I do versus I'm doing. I know this seems like basic grammar, but many students make mistakes with this all the time. It's actually not so simple. But today I'm going to give you many examples so you can really understand the difference. And I'm also going to introduce some common mistakes that students make. So make sure to watch the whole video so you can avoid making the same mistakes. So let's start with an easy example. If I say I drink coffee, that is something that is my routine or my habit. It's a repeated action. So maybe every day I wake up and I drink coffee. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a repeated action. If I have a cup of coffee now, and there is coffee in the cup, then I would say I am drinking coffee because I started the coffee, but I haven't finished. So the important thing with ing, with doing, swimming, eating, drinking, the important thing is it is one action that isn't finished. This means if my cup is empty and I'm sitting at a table with my empty cup and my friend asks, "Are you drinking coffee?" I would say, "No, I'm not drinking coffee." But if they ask me, "Do you drink coffee?" Yes, I do drink coffee. I love coffee. I drink it every day. You see, that's my routine, my habit. Okay, this next example is a very common mistake that I hear from students. So pay attention. If I have an open book and I'm looking at the book now, I'm sure you know this is I'm reading this book. Okay, but what if the book is closed, maybe in front of me on a table, and we see there is a bookmark here. So I am not finished this book. So should you ask me, what do you read? Or what are you reading? So actually, it's the second one. It's what are you reading? Because, again, this is one action that isn't finished. In this case, it's one book that isn't finished. So I should say, I'm reading this book by Murakami Haruki. I'm reading this book. If you want to talk about newspapers, then you should say, I read newspapers, because each newspaper is a new newspaper. You start one and then you finish, and then you start another one and then you finish. So every day is different. In my last example with the book, that is not finished. It's one continuous action that wasn't finished. I was only halfway through the book. This is the same for movies and TV series. So if you watch movies, then we would say every night, I watch movies. I watch movies because it's a new movie every time, a different movie every time. But if you're watching a TV series from episode 1 to episode 50, and you are, maybe last night you watched episode 20, then you need to say, I'm watching this TV series. Because it isn't finished. From start to finish, one action, and you're somewhere around the middle. So I'm watching TV series. Okay, this last example is a little bit difficult, but it has the same idea as the other examples. So if I start painting my house on Monday, and I plan to finish on Friday, when I talk to my friend, maybe on Wednesday, so somewhere in the week. I should say, I'm painting my house, because I'm not finished. So maybe when I'm speaking to my friend, I'm in the street. I don't have my paintbrush. I'm not doing it now, but I just haven't finished it yet. So I'm painting my house. If I say, I paint houses, that means I paint one house, and then a second house, and then a third house, then a fourth house. So if I say I paint houses, it sounds like that's my job. I paint a house would just be painting one house over and over and over again, many, many times. So if it's one action, in this case, one house that isn't finished, I'm painting my house. Okay, that's it for this lesson. The important thing to remember here is I do, I swim, I read, I eat. This is a repeated action or something that's true in general. If I say I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm talking, it's something that started but it hasn't finished yet. Thank you for watching this video. Comment below with your questions or thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I will see you all back here next time.